That's great. Welcome. Guess who's here? We're back. We're back. Mortimer. We're back. If you've ever seen Coming to America when he gives the homeless man all that money and they're like Mortimer. And then he's like, what? I'm not talking to you. He's like, Mortimer. We're back. He showed up like the wad of money. Because they were homeless men. They used to be rich. It's like I think they're from Trading Spaces. It's a movie with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy, and he ends up trading places with Dan Aykroyd, who's rich. They hire him. Dan Aykroyd starts having all this bad luck, but the two guys running the place are like two old guys, and I think they're from that, like the character from that is in Coming to America. But anyways, hi guys. How are you doing today? Today is MLK Day. We need to remember that. Today is the day for MLK. F Trump. I don't care what anyone says. I'm not going to thank Trump for saving fucking TikTok. No, I'm not. Anyways, okay, so let me tell you this story. Oh, I got a really good autograph. Oh, let me tell you, we had a time at Comic-Con, we had a time. So, oh, that's another thing. There's this lady, I don't know if she watches my TikToks. Hi. She gave me like, so she said, she said my name, right? And she's like, do you want to try some candy? Because I guess she knew me. And then she gave me a small bag of like freeze-dried Skittles. Man, those were good. I don't like Skittles, but freeze-dried Skittles. And I'm sorry, my brain forgets. She gave me her business card. I'm sorry I haven't posted it. My brain. And I don't want negativity to come to your business, but my brother, he has it in his car, so whenever I'm able to get whenever he comes, I'll get it out of his car and I'll post it for people, because she gave me a bag of freeze-dried Skittles. So I forgot that I literally forgot that she gave me the business card. My mom grabbed one, so my bad. I'll post it. Oh, my brain. Anyways, we were at Comic-Con, and we got some really cool. We bought something. I bought something. So my mom, right? I don't know if you guys know this, but my mom, she got The Outsiders. She likes The Outsiders. Last time we got C. Thomas Howell's signature, we're not sure if it's in storage or if someone stole it. So I'm not sure. So we got it again, but there were two other people from Leif Garrett. So we met Leif Garrett and we talked to Leif Garrett, which was cool. And then Darren Daniels, Dixon Darrell, I can't even remember his name. The other, like the Solsh from The Outsiders. And so anyways, we got this press kit. This guy was selling press kits from 30 years ago. Press kits are what they usually use to promote the movie, and it has the photos in it. And so what happened was that I saw The Outsiders. I was like, it was a press kit. I said, take that, because, well, they signed it with my mom's name, so, you know, which is personalized, because personalized stuff, I get autographs for my collection. I'm going to like frame this stuff and put it up. Usually people that they don't get personalized stuff because they sell the autographs, but for me personally, I'm keeping all the autographs that I got. Every autograph that I've got, I'm keeping. So then what happened is that I got that press kit because I was like, that guy said once I sell it, it's gone. I don't have any more press kits because I got them 30 years ago. It was The Outsiders, and he snatched that. My brother went and snatched the St. Elmo's Fire one and got it signed by Andrew McCarthy. So we have two Andrew McCarthy signatures because I wanted one. I wanted Pretty in Pink, but my brother wanted the St. Elmo's Fire. So it's like, you know what? Then we met Noel G. I think that's his name. Or no, Hector. Yeah, Noel G. Hector from Fast and the Furious. He's a pretty cool guy. Oh, Chavo Guerrero. Okay, so I didn't know he was there, right? So I was walking around Comic-Con. I turn around and I see like a banner that says Chavo Guerrero, and I thought they were selling his stuff because I saw a doll. I was like, wait, that's Chavo Guerrero. I was like, no way, I did not know he was there. And I got his autograph yesterday and a photo with him. And so I said, oh man, my brother missed out. And I said, you're not gonna believe who I just saw. I told him Chavo Guerrero. And I was like, I told him we'll come back because like you missed out because my brother had to leave. And so anyways, he was like, you're lying. He kept telling me I was lying. And then yesterday we saw him, and then he told him, he goes, do you lie, steal, and cheat too? He's like, shh, we don't talk about that. I was like, bro, because he had a WrestleMania 21 doll, Eddie Guerrero, and I was like, bro, I was like, because my brother said, ask him how much that was. It was $100 sign. I was like, come on, that was like, I was like, I can't do 100. I can't. But I got a signature. It was like a signature photo thing. Because sometimes people do deals where they do signature photos. They're like, for you, we'll do this. Oh, I got the signature from Deadpool, like the dancing Deadpool. He put like bye bye bye, because my brother said, have him put bye 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 on it. No, the car's running. It has to be running for a while. Because my brother put gas in the SUV. Thank you, that's what. Yeah, I really need that. So anyways, then I talked to Katie Green, I think her name is. I can't remember. She's from Lucas. I don't know if you've ever seen the football movie Lucas. I love Lucas. She's also from the Goonies, and she was in Summer Rental Vacation with John Candy. And so I just said hi to her, and then I wanted to get Maria Sorvino's autograph, but I said no, I've already gotten I spent money that I didn't know, because my brother wanted to get some autographs, so I didn't think there was anybody there that he wanted to get autographs from. But anyways, because she's from Ronnie and Michelle's high school reunion, and my mom doesn't like that movie, but I do. It's the movie with Lisa Kudrow. Anyways. And then, Donald Gibb. He's the guy from Revenge of the Nerds. He plays Ogre. So this is the funny thing. My mom wanted to walk up and tell him, nerds. So my brother walked up and was talking to him, and he's like, my mom's been wanting to do this for a long time. And she said, nerds. And he's like, oh my God, I gotta get this on camera. His reaction was like so impressive. He's like, I gotta record you. He's like, do it again, do it again. So then he pulls out his camera and starts recording. And then he's like, he recorded, and then he's like, he wanted to get us all on camera because we were like, oh girl. I was like, oh my God, this is the funniest thing. And then this girl had the best reaction ever, right? Because my brother was walking up, you know, because we met Cal Mitchell. I have a picture with Cal Mitchell from Good Burger. And so then Shy Jackson was there. Shy Jackson from Good Burger was also there, and I got her signature too because I forgot she was there. So I got her signature along with Cal Mitchell's. And then my brother walked up and he's like, oh my God. And she just had like the best reaction ever. She was like, she was like, oh, I love that reaction. She goes, that's the best reaction that I've seen. She goes, I love that reaction. He was talking to her, and then he said, just remember, he said, no, because I forgot how it got, bro, because she's from Good Burger, you know. He was like, he did you dirty. And she's like, yeah, he did do me dirty, didn't he? And every time he saw her, he was like, he did you dirty. Because you know, in like Good Burger, Keenan's character, what he did to her in the movie. Anyways, it's funny. A lot of people loved us. Andrew McCarthy was not really a talker either. I think he, you know, I can understand. But at least we got his autograph. And then Leif Garrett, Darren Dixon. Oh, and we talked to the from Pitch Perfect. I forget the actress from Pitch Perfect. She was there. My brother got her autograph because he didn't know she was gonna be there. So he got her autograph. And I know someone saw me in line. I was not there to meet Dora. So don't. Because someone was like, oh my God, Tophia. And I was in line for Dora. Don't come at me. It was not me. My brother's a big kid. He got Dora's autograph. I'm sorry. I didn't get Dora's autograph. He got her autograph and he asked her if she could put swiper no swiping, and she did. So, and she did the Dora voice, because she does the voice for everyone when they buy an autograph. Oh, Marty Grabstein. Courage. So my brother, so I got my mom that Courage shirt, you know, the shirt that she wears. Everybody liked her Courage shirt, by the way. And so then I was like, my brother was like, you should get that sign. That would be cool. And I was like, okay. So he signed it while it was on her, because he's like, I've never had like a request like this where I signed it on the person, but okay. Then he said, no, because it's gonna fade. He said, let me do this for you. And he gave us a signed print of Courage. And my mom started crying. I was like, no, don't cry. Because like, she really loves Courage. That's her favorite cartoon. Well, my favorite cartoon too, but I was like, I wasn't gonna get the shirt signed because I was like, I already have an autograph, right? I already got him signed like 2 years ago. But then he was like, he really said that we should get the shirt signed, so we got it signed. But then he gave us a print. He's like, I'm gonna give you a print because I feel like that's gonna fade or wash away or go away, so I'll just give you a print. And then Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, you know, wrestling, WWE, my brother got his autograph, and then the Honky Tonk Man, he got a picture with him. So I was like, hey, you have a picture with 2 wrestlers now, because the first Comic-Con, my brother took a picture with Sergeant Slaughter. Oh no, actually 3, because I think he got in the picture with me and Mick Foley. So that's like 3. So, yeah. That was great. Everyone loved my shirt, my Law and Order shirt. Even Dora. Dora was like, or I forget her name, the voice of Dora. She was like, I like your shirt. She was laughing. One guy, right, the first day, was it the first? No, it was the second day I wore my shirt. The security guard flicked off the shirt because he like threw a finger, and I was like, what? Why did he do that? Because like at first I was confused, and then he's like, I saw the shirt, so I did. I was like laughing. I was like, oh, because of my Law and Order shirt. Like all the celebrities I were talking to, they were like, I like your shirt. I was like, yeah. And then my other shirt too, my Scream shirt. So that was fun meeting celebrities. We got more signatures, but I can't even think. Oh, I got Hector for someone because my brother was like, he really wanted to get her that because she's like a Honda Civic fan. And so I was like, sure. You know. Elvira was there, and I'm not really a huge Elvira fan. I like her, but it's like, I don't really want a signature of her. But oh, we got Peppermint Patty's signature on a baseball, because he's like, we always see her here because she's always there at that Comic-Con, and we never get a signature from her. And I got a signature from the voice of Scooby-Doo on the Hex Girls. Like, it's like it says the Hex Girls, because I said I like that one, I'll get that one. And someone was like, I like that. They were telling my brother they really wanted, because they couldn't go to Comic-Con. One of his friends was telling him that they were like, oh my god, because they saw the Sign Hex Girls thing. So I was like, yeah. Oh, actually, Squid can't pay her phone bill. If you're talking about the housekeeper on TikTok saying W Squid, how is it W Squid when she can't pay her phone bill? Yikes. Someone call the bill. Pay it for her. She got a house? How does she get a house if she can't pay her phone bill? Squid is struggling. If you can't pay your phone bill, how are you gonna pay for a house? That's just my question is, why are you getting a house if you can't even make payments on your phone bill? I can't make payments on my bills. I'm not gonna go get a house. I can't even make payments barely enough as it is. And I gotta work on getting a camera now. On top of the other thing that I still have to get, but we had a day yesterday. There was some other stuff that is nobody else's business, but it's so crazy. Cause someone said something to my mom about her not being able to pay her bill. That's how I know, because I don't check up on people. Like once I think Squid blocked me, I don't go to I don't have like an account to go to spy on her. People just send stuff, and someone said that she couldn't pay her bill. So I don't really care if Squid got a house. You can't pay your phone bill. What logic is it for you to get a house knowing you can't pay your bills? You're just gonna end up getting yourself kicked out of a house. And if she really did get a house, I think that's a lie, because she has an eviction on her name. She went to court for an eviction. You do know that, right? And when you have an eviction, it's a lot harder for you to get into anywhere, because you're not reliable when it comes to rent. Hold on, guys. So, yeah. I already know what people are gonna do. I already knew people were gonna be like, why did you go to Comic-Con and not get a place for your family? I already knew it. Oh, one girl walked up, literally handed me a 20, was like, can I take a photo? And I was like, sure. And I was like, no, here. Like, she was like, no, just keep it. She paid photos all day. I took pictures with people. I don't mind the photos, but then what annoyed me was I'm walking right in the crowd of people, trying to get through people. Snap. Someone picked up their photo real quick and snapped while walking through the line. Like, it's okay if you ask for a photo, but like, it gets annoying because it's like, oh, I witnessed her. Like, what am I, a zoo animal? Like, that's just how I feel. Like, it's okay if you ask for photos. I have no issue. Whatever they say, if they clown me in the photos, I really don't care, right? They took a photo. I'm nice enough. I'm not gonna be rude. I'm not gonna say no. But to do that is so freaking obvious. Like, you could clearly tell, you know, it's really obvious. Because there's been several times. I'm just so tired. There was one lady that worked at Comic-Con that knew me too, because she was like, she told me hey, and I was like, hey. It's crazy. Jeez. But I know a lot of people know me also because this is a small city, and I probably went to school with most of these people. I don't have to shut up. It's TikTok. This is what live streams are. So yeah, Comic-Con wasn't really, it was alright, but a lot of the same people that came last time came this time, some of them. So I was like, there wasn't really anybody new besides Elvira and a few others. But most of the same people last time were the same people this time, so. Do I play Roblox? Yeah, the Dress to Impress. That's what I play, but I don't have my Xbox because it was stolen, but that's the least of my worries. I gotta get a camera and get the fuck off TikTok because I'm not gonna be on TikTok. Mr. Show, sorry, excuse my language. He didn't have to shut down TikTok, but he chose to do so anyway, so. So, yeah. No, I'm gonna go live on here while I can because on Favorited, they have to fix my Favorited. I can't go live on Favorited. Favorited is like, was scrolling and Favorited crashed because millions of users tried to join the app. They said they got an influx of 1 million people and it crashed. As far as TikTok goes, like, again, my thought process, we're making a living, right? So I don't know if a lot of y'all got your subscriptions canceled, but there were a lot of subscriptions of people that canceled. So if your subscription canceled, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why TikTok did that, but they canceled a lot of people's subscriptions. But I'm gonna go live on here. I'm gonna be active as I can up until the TikTok ban because, you know, money, money, money. Anyways, then in the meantime, I'm gonna be looking for a camera now so I can get my camera and then get like, so I have a place to film, so that's great. And I know for a fact, well, I'm not even gonna say it, but yeah. What kind of videos will you film? Well, on YouTube, I'm just gonna read Reddit stories because I think that's something. I'm gonna figure out how to start the videos because obviously I'm not gonna be like, because it would be boring if you don't have like personality or anything when you're reading Reddit stories. So, like, imagine just being like, she said she would, you know, that's boring. We're gonna ramp it the fuck up and be like, hey, fucking bitch, today I'm reading a goddamn Reddit. I'm just kidding, no. But anyways, you know, because like Instagram, that one video I asked people to give engagement to help me and they're stupid enough to do so because a lot of the trolls were like, no, we're not gonna do that, but then you commented no and you gave it engagement. Oh. Like, that's so dumb. Why would you do the very thing that you said no to? 400,000 views on Instagram only to get $1. I got $2. That's what I've made on Instagram with the views.
Did you tell him about her?
Yeah. His name is not Ogre, Mom. His name is Donald. Donald Gibb. Good. Well, actually, that's not good because how does Mark Zuckerberg expect content creators to make money on his app and make a living if 400,000 views is only $1? That's not good for content creators who, if TikTok gets banned again, which TikTok is gonna get banned again, or maybe not, hopefully, but even if TikTok doesn't get banned, a lot of creators left. They said that it's not gonna be the same. So how is that good when content, and this is the thing that I hate, people was expecting content creators to get a job. Like, that's crazy. Like, they were like saying, oh, now content creators have to get a job. You do know that this market is the hardest market for a job. Shave my face? Why would I do that? I forgot to, when I took a shower for Comic-Con too. Oh, I forgot my spray in his car too. That's okay. I bought, it's this warm sugar vanilla sugar that I got at Bed Bath & Body Works. And I really like the way it smells. I'm hated on Red Note. Well, actually Red Note is racist, so. And it takes your information. So I don't know why you would be on an app that takes your information. That's just crazy. You do know that, right? Red Note takes your information. Well, there's a lot of really racist videos on Red Note. And actually, I don't know how to feel because there's this Peele impersonator. This Jordan Peele impersonator. And it looks like he is Asian, but he's doing blackface. Because he's literally, like, he's like, I'm the Asian Jordan Peele. Or he's like, I'm the Asian Jordan Peele impersonator. That's what he said. And that was on, and not only that, there were some videos on Red Note, like I said, that were videos of Arthur characters being unalive, trigger warning. And one girl said how really racist it is. And how they don't like black people on there. She was on there for 10 minutes and she deleted it. Mind you, Red Note is not the app you want to go to because the government already said that they're going to be working on banning that app too. So there's no point to go to Red Note if it's going to get banned. I hope you know that. Because they said Red Note is going to get banned. They're trying to ban Red Note. So, if you thought you were going to go there, you cannot go there. They're already planning on banning it. I'm just saying, like, you know, it's so crazy. I just wanna rock, DJ. 'Cause you're making me feel so oh. I don't know what I'm going to do today. I gotta look for some stuff. That's what I'm gonna do. Gotta look for some things. Also, there was a guy selling something, and my brother's like, I don't know what it is. My brother is just like, oh, that's why, because it's on the red bag. I bought this bag. My bag is propping it up. I have like a crossbody bag type thing that I got at Savers. I think it's supposed to be knockoff Gucci, but I bought it because I really like the bag. I didn't buy it because it's fake designer. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to be or if it's just made like that because it has like a B on it. And well, I needed it because I need something to carry my cards around, my credit cards, because actually I don't have anything to carry my credit cards around. That's the problem. And I had them in my back pocket and I can't risk losing my credit cards. I have a wallet, but it's not really, it doesn't zip anymore or it doesn't close. So then I was like, I need to get a purse so I could carry all of my stuff around and not lose anything. So that's what I did, is I got a bag. Everybody that, well, not at Comic-Con, but wherever we went elsewhere that wasn't Comic-Con, they liked my mom's backpack because she got a Betsy Johnson backpack. It's black with green hearts. And everybody's been telling her, I like your bag. one of the ladies was like, I like your bag. Do they have any more like that? And I was like, I don't know. They have Betsy Johnson stuff because someone brought in Betsy Johnson stuff, but I don't know if they have like, you know, any more of that because it was at Savers. When it's at Savers, you can't find two of something. Sometimes you can with shirts, or sometimes not. So I was like, yeah, I don't know if you're gonna be able to find one, I told her. Cause she liked my mom's bag. Even the security at the mall was like, that's a cute bag. And I told my mom, see, everyone liked your bag. She didn't want it. She didn't want to get it. She didn't really, but it was a backpack and she carries stuff around. So I was like, you need it. And so, yeah. That's what happened. So, yeah, it's Bessie Johnson. So, you know. What? I'm just blowing. I'm shaving. No, I'm not. I was doing something. It will give me acne, but I'm not dry shaving. I already have acne, like right on my neck. There was a lady too. I said that's messed up if that happened. We stopped at Walgreens and this lady opened up allergy medication. And my brother said it looked like the little girl had a swollen face. And I guess apparently she was in line and she asked my brother if she could get up front. And the manager was right behind her calling the police. So I was like, that's messed up if they called the police on her, because if her kid was having allergic reaction, she had to probably rush and open that medicine and give it to her right away before she paid for it. Obviously, she was going to pay for it. She's like, let me pay for it. Let me pay for it, because he was calling the police. And then finally, the guy just said, let her pay for it and let her get out. I'm like, if you're treating people like that, and I think I know why they treated her like that too. I already know, and I don't want people to say it's because of race, because yeah, it was. If that lady had to give her daughter the medication to save her, why are you making her a criminal and calling the police on her because she's trying to save her daughter? That's fucked up. Her face looked bad, my brother said, and he doesn't know if it was her fault or them, because he said you could clearly tell that the girl's face was swollen, and that's fucked up why they called the police on her. He said because you could clearly tell her face is swollen. I was like, bro, that's messed up. Like, you know. Well, we have other issues. I'm gonna have to find a place I'm gonna have to get my mom, because I have a warranty on my mom's hearing aids, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to get her new hearing aids, because she lost her hearing aids at Comic-Con when we were at the conference, because we were at the panel for Dora, because my brother wanted to go to the Bluey and Dora panel, and she dropped her hearing aids, so she don't have her hearing aids. She lost them, so I'm gonna have to get her. Well, when she stood up, it might have fell out of her pocket, so my brother went back to look, and then he said they're having something in the conference room. There's people in there, so once they clear out, I'll go look. But then we left, and I said, ooh, we forgot to check to see if her hearing aid was there. He forgot to go back, so it's okay. I have a warranty. I can just get new ones. There's a warranty. So, there's... Yeah. Warranty does cut. Okay, so my mom did have broken hearing aids, but they're in storage. And also, yeah, there's like, she lost her hearing aid, but she did have one hearing aid worked, but I couldn't put in the request to send for new hearing aids because, I don't know, the post office is on my nerves because I have a solar panel charger I still haven't gotten. And they keep telling me it's not there, and obviously this week I was all busy, I couldn't go. And like today's Martin Luther King Day, so tomorrow I'm probably gonna have to go travel to the post office to get my charger. Okay, we don't need that running anymore. Well, not travel, but you know what I mean. I have to, I'd say travel, but not travel that far. But anyways, you know, I have to go get my charger. I still haven't been able to get. Every time I go, they say it's not there. They said to wait a couple days. So, hopefully when I go, it's there. Because it's kind of a far distance to go there, and I'm tired. Every time I go, it's never there. I'm like, that's a freaking waste. Fuck Trump. Okay? He could kiss the backside of my black ass. I said what I said. It is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Remember that, bitch. Have a nice one. What the fuck Trump do for anybody? Save TikTok? He could shove TikTok right up his ass. Happy Trump Day? No, happy Grapist Day. Mind you, not Grapist Day because it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Never forget that, okay? This is Martin Luther King Jr.'s day, not Trump's day. Fuck Trump. Who cares if he's getting inaugurated on this day? No one gives a fuck. I'd rather celebrate MLK before Trump. So let's get that correct. Because what Trump do for anybody? Rape, trigger warning, grape women? Is that what he did? He graped women? Is that the best that he could bring to his presidency? Is that he is literally a convicted felon? Or that he saved TikTok? I don't give a fuck if a grapist saved TikTok. He's still a grapist. Wasn't it himself that said he would wait till a 10-year-old became old enough to get married? You know who that said 10-year-old was? His own child. He was talking about his own daughter when she was 10 years old, saying that he would wait for a 10-year-old to be old enough to get married. That is disgusting. That's nasty. He said that out of his own mouth. You know what's funny is that he says a lot of stuff from his own mouth that people are like, when there's people interviewing people and telling them about like Trump this, Trump that, and he's like, yeah. And they're like, Trump never said, or they say like Biden said that, and then they say that wasn't Biden, that was Trump. Trump never said that. Yeah, he did. Go back, like MAGA supporters are so delusional that they literally don't believe Trump would say something like that. He did. He very much did. It's caught on camera. Like, this guy is recorded saying this stuff. You cannot act like as if Trump has not said this stuff. Some of these people are delusional, in denial. They don't want to believe that Trump said, yeah, Trump said some fucking egregious stuff, and they're still here being like, Trump. Like, I'm so glad I don't got a TV to watch him get sworn into office. I'm so glad I'm not watching that today. There is no way I'm watching the inauguration. Fuck that. I'm glad I don't have cable and a TV. You ain't catching me watching shit. I don't. If it was Kamala Harris, I would go out of my way to watch that. Now, if Kamala Harris was being sworn in as president, you better believe that I would go out of my way to watch that. I ain't going out of my way to watch a fucktard. I'm just saying. This guy ain't done nothing for the country. He was the president with the lowest job rate. He did not create jobs. He was below. Did you see the chart? It was under the job rate. He literally did not create no jobs. Actually, he's the worst president ever for job creation. So, sorry, my Biden doesn't have me living in a car. That's Trump's doing. Did you know that Trump tried to take credit for Obama's government? Trump's the one who tried to take credit for Obama's economy. And Obama said, shut the fuck up. I'm the one who created that economy. I'm the one who created that economy. Mind you, you know who has me in a car? Trump. Because this is Trump's fucking economy. Do you not realize that bills and laws take a long time to take effect? So when Trump's bills take effect, Joe Biden is in office. When Joe Biden's policies take effect, it's going to happen when Trump's in office. And who do you think's gonna take credit for that? Trump? Because he's gonna say he's in office. That now everything's doing so good because it's him. It's not him. It'll never be him. You want to know why it'll never be him? Because Trump cannot take credit for an economy he did not do. Just because he's a president in office, it takes a long time for bills to take effect. His bills don't go past right away, meaning that he himself cannot take credit for what Joe Biden's doing. What?
I used to tell you your phone, you shouldn't turn the car off.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Fuck, I forgot I was charging my phone. So, if anyone has anybody in the car, it's Trump. Trump's economy is what we're under right now. We're under Trump's economy, and people don't realize that. They want to blame Joe Biden because he was president. Laws take a long time. Obviously, you guys have seen Schoolhouse Rock. You know how laws work. You know how bills get passed. I'm just a bill. Yeah, I'm only a bill. And I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Well, it's a long, long journey to the capital city. Like, hello? They even had to make a song to tell you how bills get passed. So it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while. Meaning that when a president, okay, so when presidents come into office, right? When one president comes into office, well, here, let me help you. Like, people literally saying that thinking I'm gonna get mad. Like, I know I'm not a Trump supporter. And now you have to shut the fuck up. Oh, pay. Oh, wait, that's right, you can't pay. Oh, I'm sorry. You can't pay to talk, can you? But you'll make usernames and get blocked. Oh, now who's silenced? Sweet silence. Oh, I'm a hobo. Do you want to get blocked by a hobo? So that way you can't talk? Well, it is today because the library's closed for Remembrance Day. So, yeah, it's a real thing. Oh, someone wants to get blocked by a hobo and lose their talking privileges. Aww. Aww. Don't move on. Don't move on. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move on. Behind some doors, people are waiting to sparkle. Oh, my brother, I saw his wand there. They sold his wand. He had a wand signed by Daniel Radcliffe. And he got it graded at Comic-Con. He said, you know what? I think that was the second Comic-Con he went. He was like, he got it graded. And there's like the PSA was there, and he went and got it graded. And they came back and they said it was legitimate. And he needed the money. He ended up selling it. And I said, hey, there was a signed wand, Harry Potter wand, and it was Daniel Radcliffe. And I was like, wait a minute, that's my brother's wand. And I said it to him. He's like, yeah, that's my wand. They were selling it for $275. Don't move on. Don't move on. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move on. Excuse me. And that song's stuck in my head. Me and the floor, so kicking with the torso. People don't like that. I like Robbie Williams, okay? Why are people clowning on the movie? I would watch the movie. Why are you telling people to harm themselves and then call me a predator? Like, if I'm a predator, the worst thing you could do is tell someone to harm themselves for someone that's not a predator. First of all, you say that if people are subbing to me to harm themselves and then thinking that you're any better, you're a piece of shit. Because, mind you, you got no proof besides a Photoshop photo trying to say that I'm a predator. Even a lawyer told me I had a case for that. But I have to pay for a personal lawyer that I don't have money for. So yeah. Of course it does. I already know that. This car needs to be fixed and it hasn't gotten fixed. It needs spark plugs and there's one other part it needs. And I think I got the spark plugs, or my brother got the spark plugs. I can't remember who paid for them. But then he had to return the spark plugs, so we haven't gotten this car up running because it does eat a lot of gas. That's the issue. So, that's what happened. And because of that, we still haven't gotten this car fixed fully. So that's why this car is the way it is. Oh, nice. But yeah, that's so crazy. Anyways, thank you for subscribing. So yeah, this car is not running properly. But it's okay. I don't know, we're gonna clear, because we gotta, we're gonna use this car for something, so. That's the car. That's what that noise is, that's the car. The SUV, because it's on, because I'm charging my phone, I forgot. I didn't buy anything from Comic-Con except signatures. I was gonna get those, I wanted to get like a backpack, you know? Like one of those, lunch, what is it? Box lunch backpacks or whatever they are, like the Disney backpacks. But a lot of those backpacks go for like $80. I was like, bro, I was gonna get like a really cool like backpack no one else has for like next Comic-Con so I could take it, but I didn't really buy anything from Comic-Con, except like to eat and drink. And my cups are in this car because we tried. I don't know if you guys, if you're in Albuquerque and you go to Comic-Con, you probably know what Wild Bill's is. We got Wild Bill's, but we got the cups. We didn't get the mugs because those like mugs, there's like cups and then there's mugs. It's like $50 per cup. That's like $100. So I got the cup because it's unlimited refills. Like you get unlimited refills for the whole day of soda, and it was like $58 for both, and it's unlimited the whole day. So it's better than buying soda from the not library. It's better than buying soda from the front, like the Comic-Con. They have like the little like snack station. Those ones you don't get refills. This one you get refills all day. You buy it for the whole day, and it's like $58 and you get unlimited refills. And I feel like that's a lot better. That's a lot better in a sense than just paying $8 for a cup of soda and then it's like that's it. Because it's $8 for two people when we could pay $58 and get unlimited all day. So yes, I did have fun, but the only money I spent, which is where a lot of my money went, is to autographs and signatures. Otherwise, I didn't spend. Oh yeah, I did actually. I spent to try to win a prize from like the wheel. This guy had a wheel, and when you spin, you could get a large, medium, or small prize. And I got a pop, and I might have kind of damaged it a little bit. I feel so. It's the Soul Pop. It's 22 from Soul. I got restricted, man. Anyways, it was probably because of what I mentioned earlier about that username. That's probably why. Anyways, then I tried this mystery box, and it was like $20 for a mystery box, and I got a limited edition poster that it lights up. It's glow in the dark. It's it's a poster that has it was the whole stand was like Call of Duty themed. So they had Juggernaut, they had like the Revive. They were like lamps, which is really cool. They're like the drinks from like Call of Duty, but they were lamps from like the Call of Duty zombies. And the mystery box was a mystery box from Call of Duty. When you open it, it goes do 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 do. It plays that little like music box noise when you open it. And so anyways, you get a postcard too, which I got a Bikini Bottom postcard. But when you scratch with the back of a bottle cap, what happens is if you scratch the back of a bottle cap, he said scratch the back off of the bottle cap because it had a scratch tab. And I got the ray gun, and he said if you get 2 more of the ray gun, you get the ray gun. And he had the ray gun prop, which was $1,500 for the ray gun, or if you get 2 of the ray gun, you get it free. So I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I told my brother, because he had money, I was like, if you want to do it. He was like, no. I was like, Come on. If we get 2, we get the ray gun, but I wasn't gonna throw down like $40. I had autographs that I had set because I said we wasn't gonna spend a lot of money on autographs, and we ended up anyways. Because my brother got some autographs. Because the thing about it is I was like, I knew my brother, right? Well, I didn't know. But I didn't know if my brother was going to get autographs because there wasn't really anyone he wanted autographs from. Like, he even said, like, he said he wasn't going to, like, he was going to go and enjoy himself, but there wasn't really any autographs that he would have wanted. But then he saw the girl from Pitch Perfect, because I said, the girl from Pitch Perfect's there. I forgot to tell him. And then I forgot to tell him about Noel G, because I was like, from Fast and the Furious. And he's like, and I slipped my mind to tell him. And then I was going to, then he saw Dora and he wanted the voice of Dora. So I was like, okay. Then he said we should get Scooby-Doo. So I was like, you know what? Sure. So I got the Scooby-Doo signature on the Hex Girls. And then he said get Peppermint Patty. He said she's always here. And, you know, we never get anything. So I got that. And then, yeah, he has signatures, so, yeah. One thing. And then, so, he got Andrew McCarthy's signature on the St. Elmo's fire. That's like the, what he got? That press kit. And then, yeah. So there's that. You know, we got, and he wanted Dora because he said, can you get me Dora's autograph? And I said, yeah. I was like, sure, I guess. And so he was really excited. And plans for today, well, I gotta look for something because I gotta still look for my vlogging camera. And yeah, there's a lot going on today. Yeah, Dora the Explorer. Because I was in line when someone said, oh my god, it's Tophia. And I hope that, I really, really hope that, I was like, no, because I'm not getting the Dora autograph. Does he watch Dora? When he was younger, yeah. Not now. I mean, well, again, obviously, because, like, Bluey was there, and there was, like, adults there. They said, like, there's more adults than kids for the Bluey, panel. And you have to understand, when they were talking, like, Bluey, the voice of, like, Bluey, which was, I forget their names, because I don't watch Bluey. They were, like, Bluey's for anybody. Like, the jokes on Bluey resonated with adults. That's why adults liked Bluey, right? That's why adults started watching Bluey. But, yeah, Bluey does have an adult fan base. And actually, the voice actors for Bluey said that, I think it was Bandit, and I can't, or maybe, it wasn't Bandit. It's the blue one and then the mom. The blue dog and the mom dog, which I forget the name. My brother wanted to sit for that panel because it was a panel for Dora too. And Bluey said that it's like, okay, so the voice actors for Bluey said that, sorry, I fell down, is for everybody. They said anybody can watch Bluey. It's not for, well, obviously it was probably made for children in mind, But when you think about it, they said anybody can watch Bluey. It doesn't matter how old you are. Because one person said they liked Bluey, their sister was 23 and liked Bluey, and their mom was 58 and liked Bluey, and likes Bluey. And the voice actors for Bluey heavily stressed that Bluey is for anyone. What's CNN rumor? What's CNN rumor? I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. So anyways, Bluey is for everyone. And at the panel, that's what they said. Like, anybody can watch Bluey. You don't have to be a little kid to watch Bluey. And some of the jokes resonated with adults, which is why they got a fan base, because a lot of the jokes are adult oriented kind of, but it still is kind of like a kid show. But I wouldn't say a kid show because they said it's for anyone. Just like Dora, right? If you grew up watching Dora, obviously you probably have kids now, or Dora still resonates with you because Dora was like the first kind of cartoon that taught people Spanish. You know, we like some of us. Well, I'm Hispanic, and you know I didn't have to speak Spanish, but the No Sabo kids probably kind of learned Spanish from Dora. You know, or people that were not fluent in Spanish, they learned their Spanish from Dora. Dora taught them Spanish. And the thing is like when you grow up with something, like when you grow up with a cartoon like Dora, it's like when you see these voice actors, I don't know. I don't want people to get clowned for getting a Dora autograph. It's just like if you grow up with Dora, you're gonna watch it because that was your childhood, right? Even now, so I think even more so now, adults still watch Dora because it resonates with them. They bonded with Dora because some people watched it with their family members, their grandmas that are no longer here. You know, there's a sort of connection. Some younger audiences connect with cartoons like that because they see themselves a lot of the times in the cartoons, you know, like people that are fluent speakers in Spanish, you know, things like that. It really resonates with people. You see what I'm saying? Sorry, that's my mom. SpongeBob is more for kind of adults but kind of kids, because like SpongeBob, they have jokes that now that we're older, we wouldn't have gotten back then, right? Like SpongeBob is not more for kids because it kind of does have some certain themes in it. So there's that. Did you get the shoes? What shoes? I got Crocs. If you're talking about the Barbie shoes, no, they disintegrate. I was gonna get them for collectors, but someone told me that they disintegrate, they fall apart. And so I didn't get the Barbie shoes. I'm sorry, I left them. They're not my size, but I was gonna get them for collectors, and yeah, the Barbie shoes, I didn't get those because someone said they disintegrate and the stuff falls off. So I said, you know what, I'm not gonna get it. So I left them. The only shoes I got were my Crocs, and that's that. All breaking down on the camel's back because he don't know whack. I got my brother this shirt that says, is mayonnaise an instrument? And it's SpongeBob. Is mayonnaise an instrument? No, Patrick. Mayonnaise is not an instrument. Horseradish is not an instrument either. I like that episode. The Band Geeks episode. You quote that daily. I know the one thing I say a lot is like, the Krusty Krab is unfair. Mr. Krabs is in there, standing at the concession, plotting his oppression. Cause, okay, so get a load of this, right? Get a load of this. If SpongeBob is for kids, how come SpongeBob works for a greedy boss that takes his money and doesn't pay him, except like 10 cents is what him and Squidward get paid? How does SpongeBob live in a house off of 10 cents, paying his electricity, and has a very large library? Because if you remember in some of the SpongeBob episodes, he has a giant library. How does SpongeBob have a library that big off of 10 cents that he works at his job? And Mr. Krabs is greedy. And on top of that, takes advantage of SpongeBob and Squidward. Because Squidward works for 10 cents, SpongeBob works for 10 cents. And not only that, it's just other things. Like, if you're being taken advantage of at your job, why would you want to promote that to kids? I feel like that's an adult thing. SpongeBob has a house on 10 cents though. Like, how though? That's what I want to know. And also, I remember that one episode where SpongeBob didn't have a house. You remember the nematodes ate it. Aw, dang nematodes. Because the nematodes ate his house, remember? And then that Alaskan bullworm tore through his house too, I think. That one episode. It's the Alaskan bullworm! And then it tore through his house. And I remember Patrick's stupid idea when he was like, why don't we take Bikini Bottom and push it somewhere else? And they were like, don't you see? And then Squidward was like, that's a stupid way. And then they were like, hey, that's not a bad idea. So they're like, heave! And then they pushed it, and then the nematode crashes on Bikini Bottom. Because they took Bikini Bottom and tried to push it somewhere else. And they were like, ow. Because the nematode fell on them. I remember that. Why don't we take it? And they were like, that's so stupid. Like Squidward's about to say. And then, I just thought it was funny. It's all melted. I was homeless at Comic-Con. Okay. At least I could take a shower to go to Comic-Con. I took a shower. I was able to get ready to go to Comic-Con, so. Do you often follow the Reddit? No, I don't give a fuck about Reddit. I stopped caring about the Reddit and the Discord because, first of all, it's not making me any money. Dwelling on the negativity, right? Like, they could have people follow me around and film me or whatever. Yeah, I had Hershey's chocolate. Like, I'm so sick and tired of them, like, having people follow me around. At this point, I don't give a fuck. And it was so very obvious that people was filming me for those reasons. Like, you could clearly see it was very obvious that people was following me around and filming me. And my mom threw a finger at somebody. I ain't gonna lie, they know who they was. Cause that girl was like, there was this girl that saw me and she was following me. I know whispering, I can hear you. I'm not deaf like my mother, I have good hearing. I know she said follow her because, first of all, you're walking around, right? And she was walking and then she started following me. And my mom threw a finger. I didn't stink, so whatever. And I know I didn't stink because I smelled my vanilla body mist, so let's not lie. How did I stink if I literally had vanilla body mist and I took a shower before I went to Comic-Con? Let's not lie, I was able to take showers. Hello, you failed to forget. You could pay $12, which we don't have to pay $12, mind you. But it's $12 at a truck stop for a shower, so... You think I'm gonna go to Comic-Con without taking a shower? You must be crazy. Especially if people are coming up to me constantly to take photos. Fuck no. I'm gonna make sure I smell great. So let's not go there. Anyways, so I don't remember what it was I was talking about. Let's not lie. Not really. But anyways, this girl, right? This girl was walking. And you know what's funny, Mr. Petty? My mom doesn't wear Depends. I'm pretty sure you do, old man. So I wouldn't even be talking. You would know Depends, wouldn't you? Anyways, so then, what happened was that she was like, follow her, because I heard her talking to her husband. They started following behind me, and we're going down the stairs. And so then I told my mom, be careful, they're following you. And she went wham, and she threw a finger at them. And I said, don't do that. I said, don't you ever do that again. Because first of all, we're at Comic-Con. I don't want other people to get mad or say, hey, you know, because they think you're throwing a finger at them. I mean, it's funny, and I do get it, because like, if someone's filming me and I don't want them to, I'm gonna tell you, fuck you. I'm gonna do the same thing she does. But we were going down, and I guess after that they stopped following us. Like, they stopped following us. I didn't go to work without taking one. How would you know? You don't know. You're just taking a part of my video where I was bullied by my boss and saying that I smelled bad. Even the co-workers at my work said they don't understand why she's saying I smelled bad. Mind you, they don't allow you to wear perfume at work. She said it had to be a body mist. And the girl that like went to the car, she was like, I don't know why she's saying anything. You don't smell bad. Like, it was because she wanted to find reasons to fire me. It wasn't because she was saying I smelled bad. She didn't want to give me the job. Oh, I looked the part? There was one guy who went to work with his white shirt black. He came dirty to work. He rolled out of bed and would throw his clothes on and come to work. And I know he was doing that. He wasn't even washing his clothes because he didn't live that far away. And mind you, on 4th of July, he called in to work and tried to say he wasn't going to be able to come into work because buses don't run on 4th of July. And then they said, no, you live just right around the corner. Get on your bike and come here. Or that's what the manager said, because he lived just right around the corner. She's like, he ain't gonna try to lie to me. He lives right around the corner from work. He can come in. And he just didn't want to come in. Mind you, his shirts were black because we had certain shirts we had to wear. And he had a white shirt that was black. Or you could wear like the blue Dunkin' shirts. Mind you, I washed my clothes, my work clothes, a lot because I had to wear an apron. And I had to wear whatever. And so a hairnet, and I took a shower every day before I went to work. I had to get up early I had to be there at 5, so I got up at 4. I got a shower. I didn't eat breakfast because, you know, by that time I was already had to be at work. No, I don't miss working at Dunkin' Donuts because my boss was horrible. I had a horrible boss. She was trying to find every reason possible to fire me. Every reason. That's why she tried to say I smelled bad. That's why she tried to say a lot. That's what she did. She tried to say so much. And it's the fact that you think you know shit. And the people that are over here saying like, oh, you smelled, are probably the smelly kids in school. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it's projection. You're only projecting because you smelled like shit in school. Don't project that onto me, because I talked about one time my boss said something which I didn't get fired for that. If you look at my video, you know why I got fired for. So let's not do that. Okay? The donut holes were good. That was like my favorite. I used to like, cause this lady, she used to steal some. Well, not steal some, but she used to eat some. And she's like, do you want some? And I'm like, yeah. And I would eat them. Those donut holes are good. I ain't gonna lie. They're good. I got fired for cheese, which is a dumb thing. So what happened was I'm off Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday, the lazy fucks don't want to work. And you have to restock the sandwich station. Mind you, that sandwich station is open 24 hours. They don't close it. It's wide open. So it's like a freezer that you put meats in to make the sandwiches. You put like your bacon jerky. No, not bacon jerky. What is it? Turkey bacon for people that are vegan. If they don't want sausage, they get turkey bacon. Or if they don't want bacon, they get turkey bacon. Turkey sausage, you know, because vegan stuff. And then it has the cream cheese and everything to make sandwiches. Wow. What happened is that there was people that worked Saturday and Sunday that didn't restock the sandwich station. So we were low on cheese already. And by the time I made sandwiches for the morning, I didn't have no cheese to make sandwiches. None. There was no, like, the cheese was gone. They were out of cheese. And I was like, bro. So I was making the sandwich, and anywhere like McDonald's, any fast food place, they have a timer. That timer on their monitor is the time that from the time they get the order to the time they get it out, they have like 3 or 4 minutes to get a sandwich out. No longer than that. If it takes too long, you have to offer a free item like, hey, do you want fries? Because this burger's taking too long to make. When you're at McDonald's, you gotta move quick. Especially Dunkin' Donuts, you gotta get sandwiches out like that. So I was making a sandwich and I was gonna go get the cheese. I was like, you know, let me make the sandwich first and then I could run and grab the cheese because I could just throw it on there, wrap it up and send it out. And so she's like, how come you're not putting no cheese in? I said, we're out of cheese. How come it's out of cheese? You know how much cheese you're supposed to restock, right? And I was like, I didn't work yesterday. And she was like, oh. That's when she realized it's not even a Toyota, you stupid idiot. Man, people are stupid. It's not even a Toyota, dumbass. Anyways, so then she was like, so you're not gonna put cheese on it? And I was like, no, because we're out of cheese. And she's like, you know how to restock, right? And I was like, I wasn't here yesterday. And she realized that. So then she says, go get the cheese. And then I put the cheese on and I'm sending it out because first of all, she got mad. That's why she was watching me make sandwiches, because something happened that day that, you know, I was making sandwiches, and then she was like, she got mad and decided she wanted to watch me. So I was like, okay, sure, fine. Then the owner had to come in and sign the paper, because you know when you get suspended, that's who comes in to sign it if you get suspended. So anyway, she said, I'm suspending you for a week, and then I'll call you back and see if we're gonna have you back to come back to work, or if you're gonna be fired. Mind you, she never called me back. I was never let go. I was never fired. I called them because I had my phone at the time, and I kept calling them. And I said, I just want to, because I wanted to keep updates to know whether or not I had my job or not. Nothing. She never called me back. They kept telling me, oh, she's at the other building. Because she managed 2 Dunkin' Donuts. She's the general manager. Mind you, they were working without a boss. I was working with no boss for the longest time because they couldn't get a manager. I told you guys this. One of the managers that they finally got a manager after the manager that I used to work for left. So she quit because she needed a bigger paying job. She said, I'm gonna quit because her daughter had to drop out of public school to help support the family because they couldn't afford it. So she ended up having to drop out of school just so she could help her mom. And her mom said, I'm gonna quit to get a better job. That's what because her daughter worked at Dunkin' Donuts. Oh, someone's mad because they're stupid as fuck. Yeah, you wanna call me the R word because you don't like the fact you got called stupid. Well, you're stupid. That still isn't gonna change my mind. Whether you call me the R word, you're still stupid. You're still stupid. Anyways, so then she quit, and they never found the manager. They couldn't find the manager. And so then that is like the most middle school type answer, Mr. Petty. If they're stupid, what are you like? I know you are, but what am I? Like, what the fuck? Anyways, so then they finally found someone who wanted to be a manager, work. She worked like one day. She said, oh, I'm gonna give you guys breaks. We can't take breaks, mind you, because there's only 6 people that could work in the back at a time at Dunkin' Donuts. If someone takes a break, one person is missing from their station, and if it gets too busy or hectic, we're short a person. So anyways, so then what happened was that she came into work. She was being trained on whatever she had to do to be a manager. Next thing you know, all of a sudden, she goes on a trip, right? Because she goes to Vegas. She goes on this trip to Vegas and doesn't come back. And so I was asking the coworker, I said, what happened to the manager? Like, what happened? And she's like, oh, she quit. She quit. Oh, you have a bachelor's degree? Let me tell you something. My dad has a bachelor's degree. And he now has bipolar schizophrenia. You're still stupid. Did you know that having a bachelor's degree makes you stupid because you paid for a piece of paper to tell you that you're smart? You're stupid if you think a piece of paper tells you you're smart. Do you know how much millionaires dropped out of high school, considering one of the biggest billionaires/millionaires of all time dropped out of high school, and I believe it was Warren Buffett? So yeah, you're stupid. You're not even as rich as someone who dropped out of high school. You're stupid. If you think you need a piece of paper to tell you that you can make money, you're stupid. Why do you need to go to college to prove that you qualify to make money? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. You don't need a college degree to make money. I've made a lot of money on TikTok and social media, and I don't have no college degree. I have some college, but not a college degree. You think a piece of paper makes you smart? That's another thing. Like, you think you're above everyone else that didn't go to college. There's probably a lot of people in this live stream that don't go to college. That doesn't make them stupid. That's the problem. They're not stupid because they didn't go to college. Yeah, I'm not a billionaire. When have I ever tried to be a billionaire, though? That's the crazy thing. So what? Where's my millions? You don't, like, millionaires that have dropped out of high school, they're not stupid. No, you're not going to college for a better education. You're going to college to get a piece of paper that could be ripped up in 2 seconds. That's what it is. You're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to college. Now, mind you, I'm not going to bash people that go to college, but the issue being is I don't got $100,000 lying around. People who want a better education can't afford the shit because it's too fucking expensive. Who has $100,000 lying around per semester? Do you know that's $500,000? Like, I don't know. It's probably less than that. But because I forget, it's like 2 semesters. That's like $200,000. Who has that lying around? FAFSAs and grants only work if people qualify for them. I qualified for the lottery scholarship, but there are requirements to that. You have to keep up a certain grade point average. You have to pass certain classes. Like for me, I got the lottery scholarship and I had to pass at least 3 college courses to continue to keep getting the scholarships. Scholarships, like for me, it's not like student loans. I don't have student loans. I say that I owe student loans and I forget it's not a student loan. Whatever whatever the scholarship didn't pay towards my college is what I owe left, is what I have left and I owe. But people take out student loans. Some people don't even qualify for these scholarships. Some people will apply and won't get anything. I was grateful enough to get a lottery scholarship and able to go. But I had a learning disability, so I didn't pass 3 classes because I failed. College was hard for me because when I graduated high school, I graduated at a 7th grade reading level. People can make fun of that all the fuck they want, but 50% Americans only read at a 5th grade reading level. I read higher than 50% of Americans, so fuck you. And it doesn't make sense why people are saying that a piece of paper qualifies them to make more money. It doesn't make sense why they're limiting you by a piece of paper telling you that that's what qualifies you to get a higher paying job. No, it's a system. It's classist. It's classist if you think about it, because why do you need a college degree to qualify for a higher paying job? They want to say the people that didn't go to college deserve to work at McDonald's, while the people who went to college, you know, it's crazy. It's classist. Literally, if you really think about it, college degrees are a way to classify people by whether or not they deserve a higher paying job. That makes no sense. I could easily go buy a book at Barnes & Noble. I could easily go buy material and learn to be qualified for a job and prove that I can work the job without having to get a college degree. What is stopping anybody from buying a book that can teach you way more than what college teaches you? Why should we have to go pay hundreds of thousands of dollars? Because not everyone qualifies for the FAFSA stuff. I wasn't going to apply for FAFSA until, you know, I had to go to college. Until, like, my dad said, well, we ain't gonna have money to send you to college. So I said, I'm gonna get myself to college, right? My thought was like, I need this business degree so I know, you know, I'm not very good with math, which is not a good thing because you need to know math in life. And it's not because I'm not, it's because of my learning disability. I don't know why it's doing that. It does that sometimes. Anyways, it's crazy to me that we're paying professors to teach people college courses that people can learn from a book. You can buy a cheap book at Barnes & Nobles and just teach yourself the trade. Like, it's not that hard. Trade is literally a job, right? why do you think the government shouldn't have to tell you you need a piece of paper to qualify that you work there? There are people more qualified than someone with a college degree that have way better potential when it comes to a job. Like, there are people that know way more than someone with a college degree would. To be honest with you, better working people that don't have a college degree, they're the best working people out of someone with a college degree. If they prove themselves and apply themselves, why are we doing that? And you have to also think people are not born of money. Sometimes families, like my dad, he went to college. He graduated with a business degree or a bachelor's degree in business. But not everyone has the knowledge of college, right? When it comes to like payments and stuff like that. So sometimes they don't even send their kids to college because they can't afford it. They don't know about FAFSA because sometimes schools don't teach like, hey, apply for FAFSA, it'll help. Even if there was apply, not everyone can afford college because it's not just school. You have to buy your books. You have to buy your materials. Sometimes scholarships don't cover that. Your food cost, your living. There's a lot more that goes into it than just college and just paying for classes. That's crazy. Like, when it comes to stuff like that, they want you to pay loads of money for what? What's the reasoning? Why do you want to pay $100,000 when you could just buy a book at Barnes & Noble and teach yourself? Everybody had to start somewhere, right? How do you think, like, okay, let's say like Leonardo da Vinci. If he never picked up anything, if he never picked up a paintbrush to paint, he wouldn't be a great painter. He wouldn't be Leonardo da Vinci. If Albert Einstein never used his brain to, solve equations, E equals MC squared, if he never applied his brain, he was a very smart, intelligent guy, he wouldn't be where he was. Stephen Hawking was in a wheelchair, and look at what he did. Right? Some of these people did go to college. Some of them didn't. Like, if you look up high school dropouts that are millionaires, you do not need a piece of paper to tell you that you qualify. It is discouraging to tell people that they don't qualify for a high-paying job because they didn't go to school. Not a lot of us have the luxury to go to school. I don't have the luxury to go to school. I had a scholarship, right? I tried to apply to as many scholarships I can, and I got one, which was the lottery scholarship. That didn't pay for everything, the extra expenses for my schooling, which was books and other stuff. That did not pay for that. I had to pay for that out of my pocket. You have to remember, a lot of people have to pay for their college stuff out of pocket they don't have. I was one of those people who had to pay out of pocket, and I couldn't even afford it. My attention span wouldn't have worked because I have a learning disability. I couldn't work while having to go to college because it would have been difficult for me to do my schoolwork and I have to focus on going to a job. I have a learning disability, so it was 10 times harder for me to I can multitask, but not in the sense of like that. I couldn't have to worry about getting to work because I didn't have a car at the time, and also getting to college. Like, I would have had to work after hours. And it's so crazy that the government has trained us to think that our qualification is proven by going to college. DEGREE. Fuck you, bitch. I'm just kidding. You can't even spell degree. Like, it's so crazy. It is classist, and people fail to realize that. But even if you go to a trade school, you have to really think about it. They want to hire someone with a degree, not someone who went to trade school. That's what I'm telling you. They're not going to hire you because you went to trade school. they hire people with a college degree. And mind you, white tea people don't have to have a college degree. That's the thing that's fucked up, right? Your mind is ingrained to tell you that in order for you to have a good paying job, that you have to have a college degree, when a white person who proves they're qualified can just walk up without a college degree and get a job. How do you think that Frank Abagnale did it, right? Frank Abagnale, that movie, if you haven't seen it, it's Catch Me If You Can with Tom Hanks and Leonardo DiCaprio. It's a real true life story about there's this man, his dad's name was Frank Abagnale, and his name is Frank Abagnale Jr. He ran away from home when he was a teen because his mom and dad got a divorce. Ran away from home. He couldn't bear it. He couldn't take it. And he's lived on his own ever since. He's forged documents to make himself look like he was a doctor. He literally was like a man of, like the man of mystery. He was like different personas. He impersonated a co-pilot or a pilot for Pan Am American Airlines. He pretended to be a doctor. He pretended to be a CIA agent. He was all of these jobs, right? And he did it by forging and faking that he had a degree. Mind you, I don't know how they didn't catch on. Fake checks. He was making fake checks with this like machine because he learned how to make fake checks. Cashing these checks and living off of it. He was like, this guy was crazy. He ended up working for the FBI to catch forged checks. They said, well, we'll let you free if you work for us and you help us catch people who are forging these checks because you know how to make fake checks. Mind you, I don't want to join the army. I can't join the army because I have a learning disability. That already discredits me. And also, I don't want to be a cop because I have a learning disability and that discredits me as well. So anyways, no, I have my phone charging.
And later I'm gonna have to charge that.
Would you?
Yes.
I don't know, Mom. We'll see because we can't run the car for that long.
It's not fair to me.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm not. But the thing is that I don't bully my mom. Are you guys gonna put gas in this car when it eats up a lot of gas because the car's running? Mind you, I have to have the car running because my phone wasn't charged. I was gonna charge it on my brother's car, but then he had his mod charging. And so I was like, bro. So then I couldn't charge it, and I tried to charge it where I was at, somewhere else. They have like chargers, and it didn't charge for that long. Because, yeah, I'm not even gonna get into it. And then, this car eats up a lot of gas. So that's what happens. That's why we can't have it running, but I don't have a choice because the library is not open. They're closed. Anyways, so when it comes to stuff like that, you know, even if a white person walks in without a college degree and proves that they're qualified for the job, they'll hire them over a person of color. And it is about race 100% of the time. Because if you're a person of color and you're trying to qualify for a job and you go with a degree, you'll still get denied. It doesn't matter if you have a degree or not, you still get denied. Like, what's the point of telling people they need degrees if they're still gonna get denied? And yes, it is about race. It always is about race. Like, you guys sit here and act like if this stuff is not about race, but it is. Well, no one's getting hired regardless. This is literally the worst year to get a job. Someone said that on TikTok. It's the worst year in the job market. So nobody's getting a job. You think because you go to McDonald's they're gonna hire you? No, you can literally get rejected at McDonald's. Some of you guys think you could walk up to a job and get hired. That's not how it works. You don't walk up to a job and immediately get hired. You cannot get hired. No, I can and I will. There you go. Yeah, I have tried. Actually, I tried. That's why I did content creation. Do you want to know why I did content creation and why I started doing social media and making money? Because I wasn't getting a job. I actually even took a course at Goodwill. Goodwill has this thing where they train you for a job, and you do like the retail, because you have to put out so many racks, and I trained at Goodbyes. I went to the main Goodwill warehouse in Albuquerque, and I trained there too, and I also trained on registers, so I know how to work and run a register. I know everything that needs to be done when it comes to counting money, registers, all of that stuff. I know that, so I'm well trained in things, because they train you for the job that you want, right? Or not want, they train you. And also that same Goodwill can train you forklift training. I was seriously thinking about being trained on running a forklift, because I was like, ooh, that would be cool to work a forklift training. But I decided to do social media because I wasn't getting a job. I kept applying to places. I did the resume the way Goodwill told me to do it, because Goodwill helped me put together my resume, because I didn't even have a resume. Or no, they helped me fix my resume. I had a resume, but then they updated my resume and I still wasn't getting jobs. I saw people was making loads of money online, and I said that's what I want to do, because I'm not getting a job. I applied to Taco Cabana, I applied to Church's Chicken, I applied to KFC, I applied to Walmart, I applied to Target, I applied to Little Caesars, I applied to Pizza Hut, I applied to Domino's, I applied to Wendy's. Any fast food restaurant that I saw while I was out by bus, right? Every fast food restaurant that I saw, whenever I encountered a fast food restaurant, I would stop. I would get off the bus, I would go, if I was in the area and I saw a fast food restaurant while I was walking somewhere, running errands, I would literally apply. I applied everywhere. Mind you, I almost became a security, because this guy was telling my dad that security guards make $2,000 and that he could help me become a security. And I said, damn, that's some good money. Fuck, I'll become a security. Let me strap on these boots and become a security. This guy was gonna help me, but then I don't remember what happened. And so anyways, so then I applied everywhere and I just gave up. I can't even say what I almost did, because TikTok censors for that. Because it was discouraging. Even my friend witnessed that I had, because they would tell me to apply online and they would give people applications in person, and my parents would see this. When they tell you to apply online 100% more times likely than not, that means they're not going to hire you. The reason why they tell you to apply online is because they're not going to hire you. They don't even look at their computers. If they tell you to apply online, they're not looking at their computers. They're gonna look at a paper application before they look at the computer. Just saying. I don't know now if they now do it by computer and they no longer do paper. If they do it like that now, whatever. But anyways, so then I got discouraged, because I wanted to myself, because well, I wasn't getting a job. What the hell, man? Like, you know. So anyways, then because of that, you know, my friend even witnessed this. This is what I was trying to think. My friend witnessed it because my friend, there was one place, because me and my brother had our own studio and my parents had their own studio. So she was sitting there with me and I was calling this Burger King that was close by where I lived and asking them if they had a job. They hung up on me. My friend said, no, I know the manager, or I know the owner. She said, call them back. And she called them back and she said, look, you better, she got mad at them and told them who the owner was, and she said the name too, and they got scared. They were like, oh, no. So then they, cause she literally was there when they hung up on me. My friend witnessed this, and like, my friend always advised me, because I had a learning disability. She said, why don't you guys just try to get disability? Like, you should try to fight your disability. But at that time, I didn't want to get disability because I feel like I don't want to be limited to like a monthly paycheck and be on a fixed income, you know? So, my friend is dead, Mr. Petty. My friend died on my birthday. I don't mention my friend's name because I don't want people to go out of the way to try to find their relatives who might be on social media. Mind you, you won't find my friend on social media because she never did social media. She even said herself that they get all your information from social media. That's why she never made a Facebook. That's why she never had an Instagram. That's why she never was on social media, because she said people get your information, and she's right. If I had never been on social media, my information would have never been doxed. She's 100% right. So, like, social media is not a place for people, because once you make an account, they have all your information and they know where you live. And she even said this even way before I was getting doxxed. This was before people started doxing me. My friend died on my birthday. The only friend that I had that lived here, mind you, she was a lot older than me, because she was like, what, in her 50s? The only reason why I have Musical.ly is because of her daughter, who said, get Musical.ly. At the time I was a teen, and I think I was 19 or 20, and I got Musical.ly. I can't remember. I was real young when I got Musical.ly. My friend is not living. She died in her sleep. My friend's mother passed away because I always used to run errands with them, and I always used to go out with them places. And I would apply for jobs. When you always say my friend, because I'm not going to put information out there that if they have family members online, that I'm not going to cause their family members to get doxxed. Maybe out of respect for people, because you lack fucking respect, Mr. Petty. You lacked respect for your own black community when you allow people to post racist posts in your fucking page, and you're more concerned about me saying my friend, but not your page. You don't even respect yourself enough, Mr. Petty. You don't respect yourself enough as a black man to even give a fuck about how you affect your black community when you allow non-black people to be racist in your chat, but you're more concerned about me saying my friend. I'm gonna say my fucking friend all I want, because why would I name drop somebody who is not living only for their family members to get harassed because you think it's okay? You got fucking doxxed, and your fat ass was crying on the internet about how you was being doxxed and how the fuck you was gonna get off internet because the Discord doxed your stupid ass, and you wanted to come crying to me, but yet all of a sudden you want to act big, bad, and tough, Mr. Petty, but your fat ass can't even run a mile and is probably one away from a Big Mac death, because you're probably gonna have a heart attack if you stuff a Big Mac up your fat hole that you don't know how to close, and you don't know how to stop typing your fingers. So maybe, just maybe, shove that Big Mac up your ass instead of the other end. Okay? Because, okay? Shove it up the other end. Don't shove it down your hole. Or maybe shove one in your hole and shove one in the other hole. That would make sense. Like, you literally have no self-respect for everyone. You've been fucking over here, shit-talking people, being a complete asshole, dated a guy and treated him like fucking shit, knowing that his whole fucking town doesn't agree with gay couples, trying to say how you are not a man, and having people, you've been fucking lying to people this whole time. Why don't you tell people the truth about your whole fucking relationship, which I'm not bringing up because that other person was greatly affected. You both got doxxed from the Discord, and you were crying your fat ass on this internet about how you was gonna leave social media because they doxed you. And I was nice enough to care about you until you started fucking making group chats talking nasty and disgusting about me and my family for what? I don't know. Because you wanted to take it out on me because the Discord got you? You're a pussy ass bitch that can't stand the fuck up for himself. Be a man. You don't even got balls, bitch. I got more balls than you. I got doxxed all over this fucking internet and I'm still here. You don't catch me crying, I got doxxed on the internet. I'm getting young. You couldn't even fight the Discord if you could. And you wouldn't. You didn't stand up for your fucking self. Oh, I did in the past, but fuck it. I got doxxed. I've been doxxed more times than not, so I don't give a fuck. At this point, I'm always gonna fucking get doxxed because people are gonna try to find out where the fuck I am. I stopped caring. Mr. Petty got off the internet and took a fucking break because his fat ass couldn't even handle the fact that the Discord was harassing him. Let's get that straight. He wants to come on the internet, act big, bad, and tough, but he's got no fucking balls. He doesn't. You let Isaac run you off the internet. That's what you did. Yeah, he did leave. He was the one that was crying because the Discord doxed him and somebody else. He was in a relationship with another man, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's the fuck that he did that dirty shit to the other person. And he knows what the fuck he did to the other person. And that person didn't deserve any of that fucking shit. You knew that his whole town did not accept the fact that he was gay. And you did that fuck shit to him. You're the most shittiest human being on planet Earth. You had a fucked up relationship. You fucked up that relationship. It was you. Imagine being in a relationship with someone where their town is not accepting and you fucking do something like that to somebody. You're a piece of shit. You are a piece of shit, Mr. Petty. And I'm gonna say it. You're a piece of fucking shit. You will never amount to nothing. You've hurt people and you don't fucking take accountability for that because you want people to think you're some female, well, I shouldn't say female, some woman when you're not. Maybe you are a female. Maybe you are a little bitch. Maybe that's what you are. Maybe you are a bitch. Maybe they are right that you are a bitch. Mr. Petty is not a girl. So don't let Mr. Petty fool you. Because if Mr. Petty was a girl, he wouldn't be in a relationship with another man and be gay and lie on the internet. I know there's a lot of things you don't know that you guys don't know. I know. You guys think you fucking know everything because Mr. Petty's lying to your ass. He's not who he says he is. We don't even really know if he's black because someone sent me proof that it was a fat white kid who is on the internet pretending to be black. And I never once doubted Mr. Petty was black. I'm not going to sit here and do what people do to me and say, you're not black. I'm not going to debate whether he's black or not because that's not my place. People have a lot more information on you than you think, Mr. Petty, because you're stupid enough to do dumb shit on the internet and they collected your information. And you don't want to tell people the truth. You don't want to tell people the truth. Tell them the truth. It's so fucked up knowing that someone has to go through life not being accepted because they're gay, and you treat them like trash throughout the whole fucking relationship. You're a piece of shit. You think life is some fucking game and it's a fucking joke. You mess with people. And people over here defending you? Defending you, Mr. Petty? You're a piece of shit. You don't, like, some of you guys don't really know the whole situation. And especially that fucking group chat he had on Instagram. Nothing but racist. Racist. He had non-black people posting pictures of black people getting strange fruited. If you don't know what strange fruited is, look it up because it's censored on TikTok. He was allowing people to post racist posts about black people and didn't say shit. He was in a relationship with someone for a really long time, which I'm not mentioning their name, and then they're not even accepted in their town because they're gay. They had to keep it hidden. They had to keep the relationship hidden because they're not allowed. And he was fucked up during that time. I got flagged again for bullying and harassment. I'ma go. I gotta get off here. Have a good day or night where you guys are. We'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for liking, commenting, gifting, watching, subscribing. I will see you guys later because I'm not going to get taken down for some fat man that can't even stand up for himself. Anyways, have a good day or night where you guys are, and I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.